Hi, it's Grant Abbott from LY Legal and also Legal Back Office and author of Family Wealth Protection. I'm very lucky today to have Jade Senior, who works alongside us at both LY Legal and Legal Back Office. And hi Jade, how are you going?
I'm good. How are you guys?
How have you found it so far? You're just telling me about you're having a chat with an Uber driver and you're laying it out thick on them. So, what are you getting the feedback when you go and talk to people and you're getting that passion up?
It's great, and I feel like these are strategies and things that people don't know about. And one thing I've learned from you watching all of your seminars and reading the book is that it's not necessarily for the ultra wealthy. It's for anybody who's working hard in their life, which is everyday Australians. And wealth protection is imperative for any family. Yeah,
I know. So I've had instances where we've had a lady who came to us and she only had $150,000 in a family home, but she knew that one of her stepchildren was going to make a claim because the child said that she's going to make a claim. So she said, well, I just want to protect it. So we put in place a strategy there. But then, I've had people with $100 million coming in, but generally it doesn't matter. As you said, the key ones there are obviously family law. So I know that you've got a bit of a thing around divorcees, and when they come out with a bit of money, hardly any of them protected, and they end up with their little Brazilian boy toys, and before you know, what happens there?
Yeah, exactly. It's divorcees in particular are very vulnerable to claims and to people coming in and taking advantage of their position. And it's something that we see quite often is, these people have been through heartbreak, they've been through enough in their lives, and they trust again and they choose to love again, and all of their assets are exposed.
Yeah, and so that's why we make sure, and I always say that, and it's also for not only first generation, it's the second generation of your kids come with that, and I always say we can build a really good family protection trust so that your next relationship essentially is they're there for the love, not the money, which is pretty important. And that also applies to, I think, just another strategy that we have that is not often thought about is lots of couples have joint assets. So they've got, for example, joint family homes. So when one dies, it passes automatically to the next one. But then what happens if that person gets divorced? Suddenly that family asset you've built for a long time just dissipates. So we've got some really good strategies around that.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that it's so important to understand and think about the future for our clients because, like you said, it's not just this generation, it's for generations to come. And that's the beauty of the Family Wealth Protection Trust, is that it's for the bloodline and it just cycles through generations, and the wealth is protected over time.
Now, another specialty you love, and you've got a whole lot of stuff in it, and that's the medical profession, which quite often I see they earn really good income, which is fantastic. They've usually got it self-managed and lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Their spouses like spending a lot of money, so they've got a lot of assets, but they're also at increasing risk of getting litigated. So what sort of areas do you see the family wealth protection for medicos and medical professionals?
Yeah, it's a great question. And like you said, medical professionals are highly vulnerable to claims against them because they're doing such high-risk jobs. Yeah. Like you said, they are very wealthy and they work hard. And it's terrible to see that be exposed when it comes to claims, when it comes to potential family law claims, and then estate claims when they pass away.
Yeah, it's pretty important too that you're also finding, and I think one of the hard things for them is when you have a look at Bill Gates was saying, look, and because we obviously do a lot of stuff in AI, that's going to have a significant impact on the medical profession, which it already has. One of the first ones that they say maybe will go is the radiologist, which is usually the highest income earner out of the lot. So that has quite an impact because if you've got pretty heavy mortgages, they need to clean out and make sure that they've got all their equity in a family protection trust, which is really crucial.
Yeah.
And the other side about AI is some of the decision making they made in the past maybe is not going to stand up to scrutiny later on down the track when there's AI. AI comes up with something and says, well, hold on, what you were doing there is not the right thing. And then, where do you stand? Because for a doctor to lose everything, that's not only that, but caught up in litigation for 4 or 5 years is pretty tough.
100%. And I really think that the point that you made about AI is so important, because that's an emerging area. It's already taking over so many of our professions. And another thing that we know with medical professionals, they're very busy. They don't have time to necessarily be sitting down and going through their finances. And that's why we do what we do, so that we can help them manage their finances and protect them.
And your background is heavily into music.
Yes.
So I would have thought there's one industry that it's a lot of health, family law protection, because
100%.
and probably not only that, I would say entertainment people, because generally you see the same thing with a lot of sports stars. You know, they make a lot of money really quickly, and then before you know it, it's all gone out of the door.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that a lot of the time an artist or someone who's more creative may not feel that they have the knowledge or the understanding to be able to manage their assets and their wealth. But I mean, they put so much time, or we as musicians put so much time into creating things. So it's important to put as much time into protecting your legacy down the line.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, you've got to think about, particularly, again, AI is having quite a big impact on that.
Yeah.
To a good thing. I mean, you have a look at some of the, like Timberland and all that, they're actually using, they're using quite a lot of the AI now tools to enhance their stuff. So it is good. But, you know, where do the royalties sit? You know, where does it sit? Again, it needs to be protected, because, again, sometimes musicians get a little bit loosey-goosey around things and can get easily sued for...
Oh, 100%.
Look at Michael Jackson, so we don't need to go much further than that.
Yeah.
So, again, it's pretty important. So you've got like 3 real specialty areas there. What's your best way for people to get in contact with you? And any social handles that you might be posting some of these ideas around?
Yeah, sure. So you can contact me on email if you like. It's jade@legalbackoffice or jade@lylegal.com.au will also be at the end of the other email. And then on socials, we are lylegal.
Yeah, I'm not sure we've got legal back office as well, but...
No, we don't.
Yeah, I think we just got LY Legal, so make sure you grab that. And again, if you'd like to have an appointment with Jade or myself, just contact us, grant@legalbackoffice.com.au or jade@legalbackoffice.com.au. Your first appointment is free, so, and you may even get a quiet song as well at the end. So, anyway, it's Grant Abbott signing off.